Tony D and Little Joan, and this is a screenwriter's rant on The Housemaid, starring Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried. Seyfried? I can never say her name. As Sydney is the maid, the maid, incredibly hot maid. And this is based on a worldwide best-selling novel. And something crazy happens. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy Heart in South Jersey. It's the Pineys books 1 through 18. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. I don't know what happens in this movie, because they show Sweeney and Amanda, Sydney and Amanda, and Sydney and Amanda, and Sydney and Amanda. I don't know which one's crazy. I think it's Amanda, but one of them's crazy. I know it's not the guy. No, he's just, window dressing in this. I never read the novel, so I'm not totally sure what's going on. I think Amanda's the crazy one. And Sweeney slowly starts to discover she is nuts. I don't know if she's murdering people or what. Or maybe both the husband and wife are. I don't know. Something weird's going on. But December 19th, if you want to say it. A weird time to put out a Hand the Rocks to Cradle variant. Too close to Christmas for a movie this dark, I would say. But I'm not sure what happens. They're too busy playing music and not telling me what the movie's about. At one point, Sydney's arrested. Doesn't she work for them? Wouldn't that be the end of it? Wouldn't you just fire her and then be done? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I kind of don't care. Sweeney doesn't look great. This is Hollywood ugly. In case you were wondering. Yeah, let's put her in a Hollywood ugly situation. And Amanda Seyfried, who is no slouch. She's a pretty hot piece, too. As the wife. And I gotta say, Amanda looks so young. Just in general, it's hard to tell which one is younger. They could be sisters. And in fact, Amanda could probably play younger than Sydney. Even though Sydney's, pretty hot. So I don't even know. How old is Amanda these days? She looks amazing for her age. If she's over 40, I mean, that would be crazy. I guess this is going to be the hot new movie, but I just don't see it. I don't see the appeal at all. Okay, here's Amanda. When was she born? I mean, she just looks great, I think. Let's see. Oh, there it was. 85. 85, so that's 15. Yeah, she's 40. She's 40, and I gotta say, she looks amazing for 40. Oh, absolutely amazing. Sweeney, which they purposely ugly up, looks older than she is. Now, Sweeney, she's younger than 40. I know that much. I think she's still in her 20s. 97. Yeah, she's 28. But Sydney Bernice Sweeney. Didn't know that. But they ugly her up, and this is part of the problem with celebrities. This is the problem with Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise looks so young for so long. War of the Worlds, Tom Cruise versus the Martian. He looks so young. He doesn't look old enough to have in that movie, old enough to have an 18-year-old son. I mean, he's wearing leather pants in the damn movie. Anyhow, I'm getting off topic. First act, Sydney Sweeney is hired to be a maid for Amanda. And shows her room. She's going to be a live-in maid. And after that, it gets weird. I don't know. She seems to be fine. And then weird stuff starts to happen, I guess. Sydney Sweeney starts to know odd things. And I think Amanda has some sort of breakdown. She's taking a lot of pills. She might be murdering people. I don't know. And then there's a war between them. I don't think the husband makes a move on Sydney. See, look at that comparison there. It's really hard to tell which one's older. And I gotta say, a lot of you, some of you have said that Sydney Sweeney is mid. I mean, compared to Amanda, I mean, you might have a point, at least in this movie. But they're probably doing her makeup a little different. And, Amanda is covering up there. But, yeah, and then in the third act, I don't know, they tried to kill each other. It looks like Amanda tries to kill her. Just tell us what the movie is. She's crazy. Amanda's crazy and hires a maid to, I don't know, torture and then get foiled by. Has anyone read this book? Is it a good book? Are they doing it justice? I don't feel like they are. I feel like I have no interest in this movie whatsoever. And I would call it a trailer fail. An absolute fail. This music is so annoying. And doesn't seem to go with what's going on. There's also like a ticking in the background of it. I don't know if that's part of the song or that's part of the atmosphere they're trying to create with the trailer. Normally, in a trailer like this, hand that rocks the cradle kind of situation. Although I think this is a reverse hand that rocks the cradle, because Sydney's the good guy. But normally you get some, it starts out like light music, maybe, and then gets ominous. It's not a woman singing in the background. Really trying to push these soundtracks all of a sudden. That reeks of desperation from a studio. When they push the music, it reeks of desperation. The last really big soundtrack that wasn't a musical, I'd say, is probably, back in the 90s maybe. I'm thinking Singles or The Crow, the first Crow. Had some good soundtracks, don't get me wrong, but pushing the soundtrack in the trailer's a bit much. It's a bit much, unless the song is really, really good and already kind of a hit. And kind of goes with the tone. It doesn't go with the tone at all. God. I know. I feel like now I can watch trailers and some are just like fingernails on a chalkboard. Here's what I want from a trailer. I want to know the name of the movie, who's in the movie, and the kind of movie it is. I would like to know the premise, or basically not everything that happens. I don't want to know the surprises, but I want to know kind of where we're headed. Like, as much as I hate Rian Johnson's Knives Out movies, at least I know what it is. It's a friggin' mystery. This, I'm kind of not sure, and I don't know why you're being coy about it. You shouldn't be coy about telling people what the story is. You don't really get anything. Because some people, they just don't want to be bothered. They're not going to even, they'll watch the trailer once and they'll go, no, and that'll be it. That'll be the entire interaction you have with the audience. Now, they could be a huge fan of whatever kind of movie this is. I assume it's some kind of thriller. Huge fan of this kind of stuff. But if they can't watch the trailer and go, oh, and identify the kind of movie they like that's there, they have other things to do. studios. You've got to reach people. This is where, you know, it's one thing to be coy in the movie, especially if you have some reveals, especially if you're doing a mystery like Rian Johnson. You can't give away the murderer in the Knives Out mystery movies. At least he doesn't do that. Here, why are you being coy about it? You know? Why? Why emphasize the soundtrack? To me, it's you don't have a very good movie. To me, it's, well, people don't really like this movie or this. I mean, it's a worldwide best-selling novel. Who wouldn't want to watch it then? But when you're pushing the music, then I got to think, oh man, they screwed something up, and this is how they're covering it up. That's what I think. Especially when the music, God, you watch it. You watch me, and you tell me, what do you think of this music? Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on the green site, the orange site, and the black site for our other videos. I will be at the Pine Barrens Makers Fest Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, that's this weekend. September 20th and 21st. Right there in Hamilton, New Jersey. Really, it's Nesco, but it's going to be amazing. Come on out, Pineys. Hope to see you there. See you in the next one.